Synth Drones. What a wonderful day to be in the Synthesizer Synth Talk number 4. I am Pure Ambient Drone, aka James Drone. This is my channel where I vlog about the adventures of my synthesizers. So hit that subscribe button and tap that bell to keep up with all of them. JamesDrone.com is the place to be to stay connected with me. Okay, so I did a video on 7 synthesizers of the Sequential family, and I let you guys hear the different sounds. It wasn't scientific, it was all for fun, okay? And I was surprised that everybody was loving the Sequential circuit. Sequential Circuit's 6-track. I need more caffeine. It sounds great, doesn't it? For a vintage synthesizer that's older than some of my viewers in some cases, this thing really holds its own. But every one of these synthesizers from Sequential has a character about them. And in my opinion, I just got the Pro 3. It's sitting behind the camera with the Moog 1 and the Juno 106 and the 6-track, in case anybody's wondering where those synthesizers are. They're back behind the camera, folks. So I got to say that the Pro 3 sounds so unique. And you know, the funny thing is that we can criticize anything, right? We can take any one of my synthesizers in this room or any synthesizer in the world, and we can tear them apart because there's nothing perfect, right? But I like to focus on the positive. And because of that, a lot of people say, you know what? James Drone is too nice. No, I'm not. I'm not a nice guy. Maybe I am. But when it comes to synthesizers, I'd like to talk about my adventures. And I love synthesizers. Do I keep every synthesizer I have ever had? No! Many times I sell them off, trade them off. But when I buy them back, that tells you that I see something in them and that I miss something in them the first go around, okay? And so the Sequentials thing is something that I really, really love. Dave Smith over there at Sequential is a legend in his work. He has done some incredible stuff, and it shows in his workmanship. It shows in his innovation. I just love Sequential synthesizers. With that being said, the Pro 3 is something totally new and different. Now, I liked the Pro 2, but it was a little bit too digital for my liking, all right? Coming from the guy that has an all-digital Prophet 12 and a Prophet X, because those are digital synthesizers. Not to mention the Fantom and the other synthesizers I have over here that are digital. But for what it wasn't doing enough for me. But that's okay. It was still a great synthesizer. But the Pro 3 sounds so warm, so analogish. Is that a word? Analogish. Google it and let me know. That I really love not just the character of it, but the uniqueness of it. It stands out and it can be used for so many things. Sound design wise, just building a track and needing something to stand out. The Pro 3, which is behind the camera, is beautifully done, and it is a great addition. Man, it is so unique. I mean, why wouldn't somebody want to go off and just grab one of these and enjoy it? Now, here's the thing I got to tell you guys about. Everyone's always asking me, if you could only have one synthesizer, what would it be? And then they guess. It would be the Moog 1. It would be the Prophet 6. It would be the Rev 2. If I could only have one synthesizer, ever, and it had to do everything in the world for me. I mean, I'm talking about I couldn't use VSTs. I couldn't use acoustic instruments. It had to be one synthesizer. I've said this a million times. It's going to be the Roland Fantom. It is not the best synthesizer in the world, but it is a jack of every trade. Not all trades, every trade. There is probably nothing in my mind that I can think of that the Fantom cannot do, because it can do so much. But would it be my first choice to write a complete track with? Absolutely not. Because when you stack the sounds, when you put this thing together, yes, the Fantom can sound great and it performs fantastically, but it's not analog enough for me. I'm just talking about for my taste. So with that being said, if I had to pick one synthesizer, I can't do that. Where am I going with this? Well, I'm trying to get there by telling you that when you decide that you want to go into hardware synthesis, you have got to have a plan. And I haven't always had a plan, okay? But your plan has got to be, what do I want in my sound palette? What do I want to use for my sound? And you have to develop that over time, because it doesn't always happen just like that. And so what I have learned is that Sequential is slowly but surely becoming my sound. But let me tell you another company that I love, Moog. I love Moog. Moog has got a beautiful sound to it, a sound all unto its own, okay? And mixed with Sequential, man, what a beautiful mix. Because Moog, to me, is a fat, thick, creamy warm, okay? Whereas the Sequential is more of a mixture of a thick, juicy kind of a warmth. The Moogs are creamy and kind of like a wet, thick stew, whereas this is a nice, warm, thick soup. And you can marry these two synthesizers brands together. And let's not forget about Korg. I've got a Korg behind me, a Prologue. Guys, gals, friends, let me tell you something. The Prologue that I have back here is a 16-voice VCO synthesizer. And it would be insane to pass this up while they're still being made and available to purchase. If you don't have a Prologue, I strongly suggest you get one. They are a wonderful sounding synthesizer. No, Korg is not paying me to say this. No, Korg didn't give me anything to say this. I will not get rid of my Korg Prologue. Think about it. A 16-voice VCO, fully equipped with effects, analog keyboard. Think about that one. Under $2,000. You can buy them used. I've actually seen a 16-voice under $1,000 once. That's incredible. And I bought mine new. And they were expensive when they first came out. I mean, not expensive, not for what you get, but they were almost $2,000. So there you have it. So anyway, I can take any one of these synthesizers and criticize, hey, you know what? The Virus B doesn't do this. And hey, you know what? The System 1M doesn't do that. The Roland DO5, it doesn't do that. You can't have a synthesizer that's going to do it all perfectly. So rather than sit here and attack what I don't like about the synthesizers, and that helps nobody, I like to talk about what I do like, because you have to take the good and with the bad. There is bad about every person in your life, whether they be your son, your daughter, your wife, your husband, your family member, anybody, your best friend. There's going to be bad about that person. There's going to be good about that person. And if you choose just to shut everything out in your life that has something bad about it, you're going to be all by yourself with nothing. You're going to have nothing, because everything's got good and bad, right? Right. So I like to talk about the positive. I like to keep positive on my channel. What do I use these things for? Well, let's talk about that for a moment. The Prophet 6. Beautiful, beautiful, beefy bottom end, okay? The OB6. Ugh, I love the way it's got that dirty, gritty sound. Let's skip over here to the Virus B. Probably one of the very best virtual analog synthesizers of its day, if not the best. What does it do good at? Soundscapes, all kinds of cool sounds. The DO5, the remake of the D50 from Roland. Man, it's got every single sound from the cards that came available for the original D50. Got a nice dirty sound to that too. Cuts through a mix really great. System 1M, 4-note polyphonic, and it's got all kinds of patch capabilities so that you can get wild and crazy with some of the sounds. It's great. The Prophet 12, nice sounding digital with analog filters, great great sounding synthesizer. The Rev 2, as my friend Matt likes to say, it is a jack of all trades, but a master of none. And I'm telling you, if you don't have a Rev 2 in your arsenal, you should very seriously consider it. Let's take a look over here at the Waldorf Quantum. This thing is a sampler. This thing is an incredible sounding synthesizer with an analog filter running all of its crazy sounds through it. What can you not do with this? Already mentioned the VCO Prologue, and then we've got the Prophet X, which has some sound packs from 8Dio that are absolutely incredible, like the Prophet 5, the ARP 2600, just to name two. But there's a lot more. You should really check out what's available for the Prophet X. It's great. But you know what? Then there's again the Pro 3, which can cut through a mix, which has a texture and a sound to it, unlike any other synthesizer. And people say, you know what? It's a Prophet 6. No, it's an OB6. No, it's a Prophet 12. To me, it's Dave Smith's take on some incredible synthesizers that he's already done, but he's also added the ladder filter. And it sounds great to have the filter of the Prophet 6, to have the filter of the OB6, to have the ladder filter, and then to marry it up with a digital oscillator and two VCOs. Incredible. But you know what? The Moog 1 is huge. It's big. It's giant. You play a pad on that thing, it fills the whole spectrum. It's incredible. It's warm. It's lush. It's aggressive. It's mean. It can do so much. Very fun to play, and sometimes hard to tame, depending on what you're looking for in a synthesizer and its sound. But you know, I can tear apart any one of these synthesizers, but why do that? I love what I've got. I don't want to feel bad about what I own. I want to feel happy about it. I want you to feel happy about your decisions in life too. Are all of our decisions perfect? No, that would be ludicrous. It would probably be kind of boring too. I don't know. Depends on what the mistake would be if you made one. But here's the thing. I love synthesizers, and this is my channel where I talk about them in an adventure-like way. I'm not here to teach you anything. I'm not here to act like an expert. I'm learning with you. And most of you people who comment on my channel, you know more than I do. But here's the thing you have to know about me. I make a lot of music, and I make money by doing that. And I'm not saying that to brag. I'm saying that I'm using these synthesizers for what they were made to be used for. And so I look at them in a way of how can I be creative with them for my genre of music. And it may not fit your genre. So you have to just take what I say on this channel as an outlook of my adventures. And if you can do that, you're going to be a lot happier. And maybe if you tune out some of the negative stuff that's on the internet, you'll feel better at the end of the day. Junk in equals junk out. You don't want to put that stuff in you. Ugh, it all builds up and then explodes. So stay away from the negative stuff. Let's talk positive. Anyways, today is Synth Talk number 4 to a conclusion. I love all of you guys. I know you love me back. So show me some love in the comments below. And hit that subscribe button, tap that bell, give me a like on this video, give me a share, and above all, keep calm and synth on.